What's up, YouTube? I want to make a quick video about things you should probably check out when first buying a camper. I didn't think I'd have this problem because I had the Shasta back in the day, a couple years ago, and the water tank and everything was pretty much connected. This one was used with the city hookup, and that's how they ran all their water. This did have a water pump, and it only has a 30 gallon fresh water tank. I think the Shasta had like a 45, so it's a little bit bigger. So I topped off the tank today, but the other day when we first got it back, I went to put water in the tank and realized none of the inlets or outlets were connected. The water pump wasn't connected as well. So let's take a look at that real quick. Just a few things you want to make sure are connected before you try putting water in the fresh water gallon tank. And it's still a wreck underneath the bed in here where the water tank is at. That's because I haven't got around to cleaning it out yet. Just kind of still working on it to get ready for the campsite. So take a quick tour. I have the oven on right now, preheating. Cook some dinner. Got some chicken TV dinners I love, and we'll take a look under here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. None of these were connected, so always want to check these before you try putting water in the tank. And then the outside, the inlet where you fill the tank, wasn't caulked, so we had to caulk around it and seal it with silicone. So that water wouldn't get in that way either. So we learned real quick in about 1 minute after putting the hose in that it wasn't good. I should have checked it beforehand, but I assumed it was already connected. This is only a 2-owner camper that we got in Illinois for my family, but a tree fell on theirs. So then they bought this from the people down the road in the same campsite, parked in the same campsite for years, and I actually stayed out in their old camper before that happened years ago for a family reunion. So let's go look underneath the couch. Oh boy. So yeah, this folds into a bed, but it also lifts up. I have a thing in here for ventilation, and I brought my records in, but this is a disaster, as you can see. So here's the fresh water tank's 30 gallon. I already flushed it twice and sanitized it. It's completely full. The monitor is accurate as hell with this. So the water pump and all this shit, I'm seriously gonna throw all this stuff away because I'm tired of looking at it. But yeah, this all needs to be vacuumed. Still got squirrel nuts and shit in here. So there's the water pump, and the inlet is on the right side right here. That wasn't connected, so I had to reconnect the inlet, and then the wires weren't connected for some reason or another. So I rewired that, and then I think that has something to do with the levels on the tank. I don't know, kind of weird. I think that's the sensor. And then down here is the empty port, the outlet of the yeah, this is the kind of stuff I guess I should have checked. I should have even thought about it. I don't know why I didn't, is because I assumed it was all fine. But yeah, this isn't even a SureFlow. I don't know, it's a LoJet. Never heard of it, but I'm gonna replace that with a SureFlow. So this thing works okay, but it's iffy. It kind of kicks on and off, kind of weird. It's not super loud, but it just doesn't seem to work like the SureFlow does. So the outlet for the water is down the bottom, and then that's the empty port right there to drain it, which I think we have that thing figured out pretty well. And then on the top is the fill port, which, coming from the back, those two, the black one, or the clear one, is actually the blow-off valve. So once the tank fills, it'll blow off out there. And then this white piece right here wasn't even connected halfway through. So we had a leak there, and then realized that nothing was connected. And then so the white port goes to the top of the tank, which fills it up. And there's the blow-off valve, which did fill up earlier, just like expected. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's the inlet, the blow-off valve, and then the outlet is down here, and the outlet goes into the side of the water pump, and then that goes over here into the sink and through the rest of the camper. It also has a T on it. For what reason, I don't know. That also goes to the hot water tank, hot water here, and that is currently bypassed right now because they said it leaked. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna mess with it some other day. And I don't know, but yeah, it's still a disaster under here. But I had to reconnect the inlet to the water pump, the outlet to the water tank, make sure the white thing was closed because I think they drained it at one time and they didn't winterize it. But yeah, so it was the top and the bottom, but it's completely full. So that's good. We'll close this back up real quick. So only 30 gallons. I want to replace that with a bigger one eventually. And then if you go over to the monitor, it's full again. It wasn't earlier, it was down to about a third, and then I filled it today again, and I don't know, but always check your water tank when you buy a camper. Make sure everything's connected, because if not, you put water in, it's all gonna go basically onto your floor. I only had it in there for like 30 seconds because I had a spotter in here making sure that it was going in, and as soon as they said stop, I pulled it out. I came in and realized that nothing was connected, which I find is weird. My Shasta was probably 40-50 years old, and the SureFlow when it worked, but I think it was replaced in the 90s. This is a 98, and it's nice to own a camper and not have to worry about mortgages and loans and whatnot. But yeah, and that only took like 20 minutes to make sure everything was tightened and fitted and sealed, and then we did that, and haven't had an issue since. All I gotta do is flick the switch over here for the hot water, or for the water pump, and we got water. Super simple, super easy, everything's good. But yeah, always check those connections. It really will make a difference. If not, you're gonna have a flood on your hands, and that's not good at all. But other than that, 20 minutes.